Hi there, in this video I'm going to help you to play the arpeggio part from Guitar Revolution. Now, Guitar Revolution is made up out of 4 parts. It's made up out of the riff part, which animates to red in the official video, the arpeggio part, which we're learning here, which turns green in that video, the melody part, which animates to blue, and the advanced part that animates to yellow. So I'm taking you through the arpeggio part in this tuition video, but it's really worth getting stuck into the riff part first of all to give you a good grounding in the piece. You can download all the tabs from my website, where you can also sign up to the mailing list so you can receive important information on what will happen on the performance day. Now, there will be a full rehearsal before the performance, so don't worry, once you've learnt the piece we will have a chance to play it through and I'll be there and on hand to help you. But you can also get in touch via email, through the website, or through Facebook or Twitter or all manner of social media as well to ask for help or give me your feedback too. And of course you can also arrange a Skype lesson if you want that extra boost of confidence. Hope you enjoy it. Guitar Revolution is split into 3 sections. The main theme, which comes first, secondly we go to a middle section, and then finally we go to a variation on the main theme. Now, looking at that main theme first of all, we work through 3 chords. We've got a B minor, bar on the 2nd fret from the A string, then our 2nd finger on the 3rd fret on the B, and then our little finger on the G string on the 4th fret, and our 3rd finger on the D string on the 4th fret. Okay, then our 2nd chord is a B minor, but now we've got an A in the bass, so we can just completely take away that 1st finger. And then finally we have a G6, really without a 5th, but we'll call it a G6 for now, where we've got our 2nd finger on the E string on the 3rd fret, our 1st finger on the D string on the 2nd fret, and then working with the open B and G. Now you'll notice that each chord changes slightly after playing it the first time. So looking at the first bar, we work through E, B, G, A. We play that through once, then we lift off a bar leaving the bass note there, and then we play that pattern again. So we have, and then we play another full bar with the bar lifted up. So the first 2 bars. Then we go to our 2nd chord, which is our B minor with an A in the bass. So we take away our 1st finger and we work through now B, G, D, A. But straight away, halfway through that bar, we then take away our 2nd finger and reveal our 1st on the 2nd fret on the B. So far. And we repeat that for another bar. Now we move to a half bar, so we play that one more time. Then we go to our G6, play the other half of that bar. And then we continue to play 3 bars with that G6. So it's relatively simple in the fact that we're only using 3 chords. But the actual structure can be a little confusing. So you really want to watch out for that half bar. So ultimately we have 2 bars of that B minor, 2 bars of that B/A, and then we have a half bar with the variation on B/A and a half bar with that G6. And then we work through 3 bars of the G6. Half bar, and 1, 2, 3, and then we go back to repeat that. Okay, now we play that 3 times round. Okay, so the riff comes in on its own first of all, which hopefully you would have learned to give you a good basis of how this piece actually works. If you haven't already, then now's a good time to go back and really get stuck into that. So the riff comes in, plays 1 full cycle, and then we have 3 full cycles of that arpeggio. Now we finish that arpeggio by just playing that low G one more time. 2, 3, 4. So play a very short note. 2, 3, 4 of silence. Then we move into the middle section. Now the middle section is a repeated arpeggio where we're working with our first finger on the 5th fret on the B, our 3rd finger on the 7th fret on the D, working through that D, G, B. Okay, and we're working in this pattern of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, which is D, G, B, D, G, B, D, G. Okay, now ultimately we play that 12 times because the riff part, or the riff people if you like, are playing through their arpeggio 4 times. So that times 4, and then our arpeggio comes in. Okay, and once we've worked through that in its entirety, we then finish with that first note at the bar. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, stop. 2, 3, 4. Then we go into our variation of the main theme, which uses exactly the same chords as we were using in the main theme, that first section, but now rather than just playing once the full chord before we lift up to a variation, we're actually changing it each time, so every other time if you like. Sorry. Now on that half bar, we don't change back, so we're going. So half bar, and then we're into our G cycle, and we work through that. Okay, so we're working through that then 4 times in the variation on the main theme, and then we're stopping, letting the riff section play through once, and then we finish on a B minor 7. The easiest way to play that and the nicest sounding open B minor 7 is to fret on the 2nd fret on A, G and E and strum through using those open D and open B, strum through from the A string, and that's how we finish the piece. So when the riff comes to an end,